Today we are going to demonstrate how inspection notice and inspection report works in Python system. First, we are going to talk about inspection test plans, then we will see how we can issue an inspection notice and how we can accept or reject them. Finally, we will move on to BI reports. Inspections are registered based on activities and sub-activities, since this system is based on inspection test plans. As you can see, for each inspection test plan, we have defined some activities, and for each activity, we have sub-activities. Also, we can select a reference document for each inspection and test plan. In sub-activity, we define the class and the responsible nodes for each sub-activity. For example, for this record, the contractor role is the executioner, party or the leader is the witness, and the company is for review. Now let's take a look at the inspection notice flow. In this project, which is a mega project, there are three parties that are responsible for constructing an oil refinery. As you can see, in this mega project, the conditions are too complicated since there are too many companies involved, and also we have over 3,000 sub-activities. As I mentioned earlier, we have 3 EPC general contractors. Each of them have 2 construction contractors, and also there is a leader which is responsible for controlling and coordinating other parties. And finally, there is a TPA, which performs the inspections, and also the TPA is the client's representative. Now let's check the flow. First of all, the subcontractor will issue an activity as an inspection notice and send it to the third party. It is worth mentioning that the system checks over 3,000 conditions in this list. And the system will automatically detect the appropriate recipients based on the entered sub-activities and class, which means for each step we have different recipients. After that, the responsible person will be notified and the process continues. The same thing happens in QC party 2, and then the leader. After the leader's acceptance, depending on the activities, we have different outcomes. It may follow line 4 to the TPA or 5 to the client, or 6, which means for this certain activity, we don't need TPA or client acceptance. When we reach step 8, which is FIR subcontractor, every party has agreed the inspection and inspection date and time has been decided. Now the subcontractor has to attach the inspection report in the system, and the work continues, so that other steps decide the status of inspection reports. The first step is the QC party, which again we have the same scenario. Based on the activities, we have different outcomes. For example, it could go through 11, 14, 16, or could directly go through 15. I must add that if the work is rejected in the previous steps, the whole work will be stopped, and the system will automatically create a new revision of FIN and sends a notification to the subcontractor that the work has been rejected and needs to be started again. So if other parties don't reject the work, it reaches step 12, which is FIR accept. At this point, the client still can reject the work. If not, after 14 days, the work will be accepted and the client cannot reject. Now let's see how this works in the system.